everyone, my name's Liam, and in today's video we're going to be having a look at something which is very obvious and very simple, yet a lot of students and teachers forget it, and that is using answer sheets when you're preparing for your exams. And this is vitally important, and I'll be telling you why in a second. First up, I would recommend that if you are taking an exam, and it doesn't matter what the exam is, if it's the FCE exam, the IELTS, the TOEIC, whatever it is, the final month before your exam, all the practice tests that you are doing, I hope you're doing practice tests because you should be done on answer sheets. Yep. And the main reasons for this is simple, it gets you familiar with filling in the answer sheets. And people, a lot of people out there will say, oh, whatever, I can just do that on the, the exam day. I don't need to worry about that. But you'd be surprised when you see an answer sheet that you are not familiar with. Some people are like, whoa, what is going on here? And in other exams, like, for example, the FCE exam, some sections, you just have to write things in capital letters. Others, you're just, ticking something. And you need to know this before you go into the exam. The last thing you want to be doing during the exam is trying to figure out the question sheet at the same time. It's just not a very clever idea. So 1 month before, practice whatever your exam may be. Practice on the actual answer sheets, and again, nearly every textbook out there will have a copy of the answer sheets in the back of it or the front of it, so you can actually do this, and they're there for this reason. As I said there before, if you do this, you'll know what's going to happen on the exam day. You'll be familiar with the answer sheet, and this makes it a lot less stressful for you. As well as this, you'll know before you go into the exam, pen or pencil. I have seen some epic fails in my time of students writing in the wrong things, which is never ever good. Usually now on the exam day, for example on ECP, for example, now they actually have a half-an-hour intro where they tell you all this information, because obviously they've had quite a few people making mistakes and going wrong. So you should know this. You should know whether to use capital letters or not. For example, as I mentioned before, in the FCE exam, it's all in capitals. Oh yes. And if you're like me, I don't know why, but I don't like writing in capitals. I find it very strange, and especially my spelling is tricky when I'm doing it in capitals, because I'm just not used to writing in capitals. Also, do you get extra time to fill in your answer sheets? A lot of students come to me asking this question, like in the ECP exam. They're like, do we get any extra time to fill in our answer sheets? No, you don't. Whereas in the FCE, for example, the listening, they clearly tell you, you have 5 minutes to transfer your answers. Again, things like this you should be aware of, because the last thing you want to happen is you're sitting there in the exam and they're like, oh, pens down, we need to come collect your answer sheets, and you're like, what? I need to, oh, no, wait, I haven't put my answers on my answer sheet. Panic. And then when you do that, you're putting your answers very quickly, what's going to happen? Oh yeah, that's right. You're going to make mistakes and lose marks that perhaps you wouldn't have if you'd been well prepared. And that, I think, is what it's about. If you are well prepared for exam, you've already had a look at the answer sheets. You must have. So have a look at this. This is the classic Cambridge kind of answer sheet for IELTS or FCE, CAE, CPE, any of these exams. They give you the instructions very clearly, but again, familiarize yourself with them. Why not? When you come to the Michigan exams, ECCE, ECP, you're going to be looking at something like this. And again, I guarantee, first time a lot of students do this, they're there ticking, A, B, C, D, tick, or they put a little X. No. You don't want to do that. Fill in the circle with a solid circle. That's what you have to do. And again, this is a classic example of, epically failing, basically. So generally, look at the answer sheets, because you don't want to make any mistakes or disasters on the day of the exam. And you would not believe how many students I have spoken to or seen coming out of the exam, and I've overheard them talking to their friends and things, and the reason why they're panicked and they're in tears is because something's gone wrong with the answer sheet. For example, in ECPE, you get to the very last question and you're like, oh, I don't have anywhere to put my answer. And then you have the sudden realization that all your answers are one space forward. And you've got to change them all. Panic. That's right. It's not a good feeling, and you don't need that in your lives. So, get used to the answer papers. Please. Alright, so if you want any more tips, another very, very important topic here is word limits. Know your word limits, people. Check it out. So thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, subscribe!